Right now, as you're watching this, millions of tons of Earth separate you from mysteries that could shatter everything we think we know about our world. While you focus on the screen in front of you, beneath your feet lies 99.9% of our planet that remains completely unexplored, untouched, and potentially inhabited by civilizations that have existed longer than recorded history. Scientists have spent decades mapping distant galaxies, yet they know virtually nothing about what exists just miles below where you're sitting. The deepest humans have ever penetrated into Earth barely scratches 7.5 miles down, while our planet extends nearly 4,000 miles to its center. That leaves thousands of miles of completely unknown territory directly beneath us. Every major ancient culture across the globe spoke about the same thing: sophisticated underground kingdoms filled with advanced beings who possessed knowledge beyond surface dwellers. The Greeks described elaborate subterranean realms where gods resided. Hindu scriptures detail vast underground cities populated by enlightened civilizations. Native American tribes tell stories of ant people who rescued their ancestors by taking them into hidden underground sanctuaries during global catastrophes. These weren't just random stories. These were detailed accounts passed down through generations, describing similar phenomena across continents and cultures that had no contact with each other. Either every ancient civilization independently invented the exact same fantasy, or they were all describing something real. Modern seismic technology has detected massive hollow spaces deep within Earth that mainstream geology cannot adequately explain. Gravitational measurements reveal inconsistencies, suggesting enormous caverns exist where solid rock should be. Instruments malfunction in certain locations as if something below interferes with electromagnetic fields. The polar regions present the most compelling evidence. Both Arctic and Antarctic explorers have documented compass failures, aircraft instruments going haywire, and sightings of land masses that shouldn't exist according to official maps. Antarctica remains largely off-limits to civilian exploration, officially for environmental protection, but some researchers question whether other motives drive these restrictions. Consider the practical benefits of subterranean living. Underground civilizations would enjoy protection from surface catastrophes like ice ages, asteroid impacts, and nuclear warfare. They'd have access to stable temperatures year-round, unlimited geothermal energy, safety from predators, and complete concealment from hostile surface populations. If you wanted to build a civilization designed to survive for millennia, going underground would be the logical choice. Recent archaeological discoveries prove ancient peoples possessed far greater underground construction capabilities than previously believed. Derinkuyu in Turkey descends 18 levels into bedrock and housed 20,000 residents, complete with ventilation systems, storage facilities, livestock areas, and religious chambers. Similar underground complexes exist worldwide, from Roman catacombs to Chinese cave cities. But here's what makes this truly fascinating. These discovered underground cities might represent just the visible portion of something much larger. What if ancient underground settlements were merely entry points to extensive networks spanning continents? Subglacial exploration beneath Antarctic ice has revealed complex river systems and lake networks, creating habitable environments in regions previously thought lifeless. These discoveries demonstrate that vast ecosystems can thrive in perpetual darkness using geothermal heat sources. Multiple military personnel and polar explorers have reported encounters with aircraft emerging from ice, warm oases in frozen environments, and contact with human populations that don't match any known surface cultures. While officials dismiss these accounts, the consistency of reports across different time periods and sources raises intriguing questions. From an engineering perspective, underground civilization becomes increasingly plausible when examining the resources available. Bioluminescent organisms could provide sustainable lighting. Natural cave systems combined with engineered ventilation would ensure air circulation. Underground agriculture, mushroom cultivation, and adapted livestock could supply food sources. Underground rivers and aquifers contain more fresh water than all surface lakes and rivers combined. Geothermal energy offers virtually unlimited clean power for subterranean communities. The deeper you go, the more energy becomes available. Temperature increases provide heating, cooling through heat exchange, and electrical generation through thermal conversion. Rather than one massive hollow sphere, underground civilization would more likely consist of interconnected cavern networks, some naturally occurring, others artificially expanded, connected through deep tunnel systems spanning vast distances. This distributed approach would provide redundancy and security while maximizing available living space. Cave exploration continues, revealing new underground spaces of incredible scale. The largest discovered cave passage extends for miles underground, with chambers large enough to hold skyscrapers. These discoveries happen regularly, suggesting much more remains hidden. Mainstream science dismisses hollow Earth theories based on gravitational and seismic data, indicating a dense metallic core. However, this doesn't preclude extensive cavern systems throughout the mantle and crust. Even a small percentage of hollow space could accommodate enormous populations while remaining undetectable by current surface-based measurement techniques. The question isn't whether Earth is completely hollow, but whether significant underground spaces exist that could support advanced civilizations. Given the vast unexplored regions beneath our feet, the engineering feasibility of subterranean living, and the consistency of ancient accounts across cultures, the possibility deserves serious consideration. Traditional geology assumes increasing density and temperature make deep underground habitation impossible, yet recent discoveries of extremophile organisms thriving in conditions once thought lethal suggest life adapts to environments previously considered uninhabitable. If advanced underground civilizations do exist, they would possess significant advantages over surface dwellers: protection from environmental disasters, access to abundant resources, energy independence, and most importantly, the ability to develop without interference from surface conflicts and politics. The evidence continues accumulating. Unexplained seismic anomalies, gravitational inconsistencies, electromagnetic disturbances, archaeological discoveries, historical accounts, and eyewitness testimony all point toward the same conclusion. Our planet harbors secrets far beyond current scientific understanding. What lies beneath your feet right now might be the greatest discovery in human history, waiting to be uncovered. Imagine a cavern so immense it possesses its own weather, vast enough to hold a skyscraper soaring 40 stories high. What mysteries might lie even further beneath if such caves exist close to the surface? Consider the extraordinary creatures inhabiting deep caves, life forms that have evolved in utter darkness, acquiring abilities modern science barely understands. If simple organisms can flourish in these extreme conditions, just think about the complex beings that could exist, having adapted over thousands of years. The possibilities are staggering. A hidden civilization developing technologies beyond our imagination, shielded from surface wars and disasters that continuously set humanity back. They might have resolved struggles we continue to face: clean energy solutions, sustainable farming methods, and social harmony. Why then haven't they made themselves known to us? Maybe they already have, but subtly, through legends and myths that could be distorted memories of encounters between surface dwellers and those underground. Some of the unexplained events we attribute to aliens or otherworldly phenomena could actually originate from these hidden realms beneath our feet. Or they might be silently observing us, waiting to decide if humanity is prepared for contact. Given our history filled with conflict and environmental harm, they may view us as immature, incapable of responsibly handling advanced knowledge. Perhaps limited contact has happened with chosen individuals, as stories from the past tell of people who ventured below and returned with warnings or wisdom. Such accounts, often dismissed as fantasy, might hold truth. A quiet exchange of ideas could have taken place for centuries, hidden from the public eye. Seismic activities reveal strange hollow spaces underground, and ancient architectural feats suggest early civilizations had engineering skills beyond what we assumed. Modern discoveries uncover vast subterranean ecosystems, while some underground sites remain cloaked in government secrecy. The polar regions display bizarre phenomena still unexplained. If you belong to an advanced underground society, wouldn't monitoring surface actions be crucial? You'd need early warnings if surface inhabitants began digging too deeply or creating threats to your concealed world. This might explain many UFO sightings and aerial mysteries witnessed for decades. Rather than extraterrestrial visitors, these crafts could be sophisticated reconnaissance vehicles from parts of Earth we don't yet understand. designed to navigate the challenging zones between surface and subterranean environments with propulsion technologies unknown to us. The science required for such machines wouldn't necessarily exceed our grasp if developed over centuries without interruption. An underground civilization could have perfected renewable energy, created advanced materials, and mastered geothermal power beyond our current concepts. Reflecting on this possibility reshapes our understanding of human potential in history. It implies that somewhere on this planet exists a thriving, lasting society, one that has endured for millennia. This notion is a beacon of hope amid a world often marred by chaos and destruction, suggesting our surface problems are solvable through ingenuity and collaboration. Even if contact never happens, the simple thought of such a civilization's existence inspires. As we press onward in this exploration, we'll dive deeper into evidence and theories about underground civilizations, investigate ancient stories that might hold more truth than myth, examine recent findings that challenge our assumptions about Earth's structure, and ponder what it means if we aren't alone on this planet. This journey will challenge your beliefs about the ground beneath you, compelling you to consider what mainstream science tends to ignore. Scientists expect Earth to behave like a solid sphere of rock and molten metal, with seismic waves traveling predictable paths through its layers. Yet these waves sometimes defy expectations, reflecting off voids where solid rock should dominate. These are not mere pockets or small caves, but vast spaces that could host entire ecosystems. While experts often explain these anomalies with variations in rock density, underground water systems, or mineral deposits, some phenomena remain unexplained, leaving signatures in the data that hint at something our models of Earth's interior haven't accounted for. Gravity measurements deepen the mystery, showing weaker forces in places where mass should be greater. These gravitational anomalies often align with seismic oddities, creating a pattern that suggests hidden hollows rather than coincidental readings. Earth's magnetic field, thought to be generated by molten iron flowing in the outer core, also puzzles researchers. This field isn't uniform across the planet. Certain zones experience dramatic weakening, causing compasses to spin erratically and electronic equipment to malfunction without apparent cause. While the polar regions are notorious for such disturbances, similar magnetic irregularities occur at various locations globally, suggesting something beneath the surface interferes with these natural forces in ways we don't fully comprehend. Many magnetic irregularities appear in places long known for unusual phenomena, areas where explorers have noted strange weather, aircraft turbulence, and altered atmospheric conditions. Could these locations mark regions where the barrier between surface life and subterranean worlds is thinner? Each year, spelunkers uncover cave networks extending far deeper and wider than previously thought. Some of these vast underground labyrinths generate their own localized climates, while others protect ancient lakes and rivers isolated from sunlight for millions of years, sheltering unique life forms. Creatures discovered within these caves challenge our understanding. Fish without eyes navigating by sonar, bacteria extracting energy from chemical processes yet to be fully understood. Entire ecosystems exist in total darkness, powered by energy sources independent of the sun. Yet the deepest known cave systems only reach a few miles underground, leaving thousands of miles of uncharted territory beneath. While we assume this space is solid rock and molten core, what if unexplored chambers and voids lie beyond? These might have formed through geological activity still unfamiliar to us, or even by intelligence unknown to mainstream science. Massive subterranean water reservoirs lie hundreds of miles down, circulating through channels that hint at vast interconnected systems. Temperature patterns underground sometimes break expected rules. Pockets of cool air appear where extreme heat should prevail. While researchers attribute these anomalies to water flows or unique geology, alternative explanations deserve consideration. Geothermal energy offers nearly limitless power for any underground community. The deeper one ventures, the more heat can be harnessed. Such thermal energy could support advanced lighting, controlled climates, and comfortable living spaces year-round, free from reliance on fossil fuels or solar panels. Natural ventilation within cave networks functions through temperature and pressure differences, causing these vast systems to breathe by drawing in fresh air and expelling stale air via separate openings. An intelligent population could enhance these natural processes into sophisticated airflow systems, ensuring comfortable environments for subterranean living. Growing food underground is far from impossible. Many plants thrive under artificial light, and mineral-rich cave substrates support mushroom cultivation, requiring no sunlight. Aquatic farming could flourish in underground streams and pools, providing reliable protein sources. Such agriculture might even surpass surface farming in sustainability. Seclusion underground offers a protective buffer against the wars, disasters, and societal collapses that repeatedly disrupt surface civilizations. This isolation could allow uninterrupted preservation and accumulation of knowledge over millennia. Ancient texts often describe wise beings dwelling beneath the earth, not primitive cave dwellers, but advanced entities possessing lost knowledge. Could these tales be cultural memories of contact with actual underground societies, transformed into myths across generations? Archaeological findings continue to reveal surprising engineering achievements, with ancient structures demanding skills beyond those attributed to early humans. Underground cities once supported thousands, equipped with ventilation, storage, and defenses. In modern times, miners occasionally stumble upon caverns unaccounted for in surveys. Tunnels so precise and smooth, they suggest artificial construction. While many such discoveries are dismissed or classified, they persist worldwide. Military interest in subterranean spaces goes beyond tactical advantage. Deep underground bases exist, their scope and functions often undisclosed. Some speculate these facilities encountered pre-existing underground structures during their development, possibly contributing to their secrecy. Satellite imagery exposes geometric surface patterns indicating vast underground constructions, often in remote regions with no known human activity. Ground-penetrating radar verifies some of these features correspond to subterranean voids, yet exploration is frequently restricted. Advances in underground construction now allow boring tunnels through nearly any rock type, creating facilities with climate control, power, and communication networks. If present-day technology enables such feats, what might secret or lost technologies have achieved? Unique acoustic properties in subterranean spaces offer possibilities for long-distance communication without electronics, exploiting sound behavior in enclosed rock formations. An underground civilization could develop sophisticated signaling methods based on these principles, coordinating across vast distances through natural acoustic channels. Psychological studies reveal that properly designed underground environments can be comfortable and even pleasant, defying common assumptions about subterranean living. The key lies in embracing the unique conditions of underground spaces rather than trying to replicate surface environments below ground. These factors combine to paint a compelling picture. Underground civilization isn't just theoretically possible, it might be practically advantageous. Protected from surface chaos, powered by inexhaustible geothermal energy, sustained by innovative agriculture, and connected through natural communication networks, such societies could thrive in ways surface civilizations cannot. The evidence keeps accumulating from multiple sources: seismic anomalies, gravitational inconsistencies, magnetic disturbances, archaeological discoveries, mining reports, and satellite observations. Each piece alone might be explained away, but together they suggest something extraordinary lies beneath our feet, something that challenges our fundamental assumptions about what exists in the unexplored depths of our own planet. As all pieces come together, it reveals not one hollow cavity, but a vast web of underground realms, including natural, man-made, ancient, modern, small, and extensive areas. A secret dimension runs alongside our surface world, linked by tunnels stretching across continents. The evidence isn't definitive, but it's circumstantial, suggestive, and intriguing enough to make you wonder, enough to question whether our understanding of what lies beneath us is complete. What if we share this world with unknown civilizations deliberately hidden from us? If they observe us, what might they await? Perhaps readiness for contact or the wisdom to handle advanced knowledge responsibly, or maybe they prefer to watch quietly while they develop in the depths. Next time you feel solid ground, think of thousands of miles of unexplored space beneath your feet. Within these depths, lit by unknown technologies, live communities whose lives we can scarcely imagine. This theory compellingly ties into some of the oldest and deepest human mysteries: Across cultures, stories speak of beings emerging from below during times of change or crisis. The Hopi tell of ant people who saved them by bringing their ancestors underground during catastrophes. They were advanced beings skilled in agriculture, preservation, and subterranean survival. Their tales describe enormous underground halls with light and air systems, housing entire populations during surface disasters. Remarkably, such stories are repeated around the world in unrelated cultures. Hindu texts describe elaborate underground kingdoms called Patala, realms of incredible beauty and technological advancement that exist in layers beneath our feet. Greek mythology presents the underworld as a rich, complex realm with cities and people. Norse legends recount races living in underground halls and caverns. They mention glowing crystals, advanced agriculture without sunlight, ventilation systems, and lost knowledge. The consistency across ages and continents suggests these may not be mere myths. Either ancient global communication networks spread these stories, or they all describe something real. Consider ancient engineering marvels like Derinkuyu in Turkey, a precisely planned urban environment descending 18 levels with ventilation shafts, storage, living quarters, meeting halls, and even stables for livestock. The engineering required suggests knowledge of underground construction we're only beginning to appreciate. Similar underground cities exist throughout Turkey, some connected by tunnels stretching miles. In China, cave cities carved into cliffsides house thousands of people. In Egypt, underground chambers extend far beyond public knowledge. These aren't crude shelters, but sophisticated urban environments requiring advanced engineering. If these surface sites are just beginnings, they could link to vast, unseen networks. Archaeology often overlooks underground realms, focusing on surface ruins. New technology like ground-penetrating radar and satellite imagery uncovers anomalies in unexpected places. Surface history credits civilizations start to 10,000 years ago, but underground progress may extend much further. Underground societies may have shielded knowledge and science from surface cataclysms, allowing continuous advancements. This could clarify ancient technical mysteries, precise structures, astronomy, and metallurgy, possibly influenced by subterranean wisdom. Isolation underground might breed unique scientific and technological developments distinct from surface cultures, free from wars, invasions, and natural disasters that repeatedly destroyed surface civilizations. They could accumulate knowledge uninterrupted for millennia. The practical advantages of subterranean living become clear when examined closely. The stable temperatures year-round, protection from surface catastrophes, unlimited geothermal energy, access to underground water systems, and complete concealment from hostile forces. If you were designing a civilization to last thousands of years, underground would be the logical choice. The evidence keeps mounting from multiple independent sources. Seismic anomalies suggesting hollow spaces, gravitational readings indicating missing mass, magnetic disturbances at specific locations, mining discoveries of artificial chambers, military secrecy around deep installations, and satellite images revealing geometric patterns. Each piece alone might be explained away, but together they paint a compelling picture. Something extraordinary exists beneath our feet, something that challenges fundamental assumptions about what lies in Earth's unexplored depths. The implications reach far beyond scientific curiosity. If advanced underground civilizations exist, they represent proof that human beings can create sustainable, lasting societies. They demonstrate that the problems plaguing surface civilization aren't insurmountable: clean energy, social harmony, environmental balance, and technological advancement, all achievable with the right approach. Whether or not contact ever occurs, the possibility alone is inspiring. It suggests that somewhere on this planet, people have succeeded where surface societies continue to struggle. They've built something enduring, something that has weathered millennia without destroying itself or its environment. The journey through this evidence reveals layers of mystery deeper than we imagined. From ancient legends to modern discoveries, from seismic anomalies to archaeological marvels, the clues point toward hidden realms beneath our feet. Perhaps the most profound realization is how much we don't know about our own planet. We've mapped distant galaxies with incredible precision, yet vast portions of Earth remain completely unexplored. The deepest we've ever drilled barely scratches the surface of a world that extends thousands of miles beneath us. In those unexplored depths might exist civilizations that have solved the greatest challenges facing humanity: sustainable energy, environmental harmony, social cooperation, and technological advancement without destruction. They might possess knowledge that could transform our world if we're ready to receive it. The mystery remains unsolved, the evidence circumstantial, the questions unanswered. But the possibility alone changes how you look at the ground beneath your feet. What lies below isn't just rock and molten metal, it's potential, it's mystery, it's the greatest unexplored frontier on our own planet. The next time you feel solid earth beneath you, remember that it might not be as solid as it seems. Remember that below stretch thousands of miles of mostly unexplored space, and consider the possibility that somewhere in those depths, in chambers lit by technologies we haven't invented, communities of beings who call Earth home are living lives we can barely comprehend. Whether the mystery ever gets solved, one thing remains certain: our planet holds secrets far beyond our current understanding. The greatest discoveries might not be in distant space, but right here beneath our feet, waiting in the depths we've never explored. Almost everywhere beneath the surface, geothermal energy pulses, harnessing the heat difference between deep earth and shallow areas to power mechanical systems. Flowing underground rivers provide potential for hydroelectric energy, a resource underground societies might have mastered far beyond our current grasp. The biodiversity hidden in subterranean ecosystems fascinates scientists where life forms exist nowhere else on Earth, adapting uniquely to darkness and resource scarcity. Some species harness chemical energy instead of sunlight, enabling survival without photosynthesis. Others evolved remarkable senses to hunt and navigate in complete darkness. If simple life thrives here, more complex beings likely evolved sophisticated adaptations to underground living. After millennia, subterranean humans could exhibit unique traits, heightened hearing, navigation skills, even unfamiliar physical features. Yet their greatest evolution might be cultural, a society shaped outside surface conflicts, fostering cooperation and sustainability. From their view, humanity's history of conflict and environmental harm might justify their secrecy. Contact may have happened subtly, through select individuals, their tales dismissed as fantasy. Such encounters likely happen in remote mountain caves, deep valleys, or magnetic anomaly areas. These sites are often revered by indigenous peoples, marked by caution and respect. Modern access is limited, sometimes for environmental or cultural reasons, sometimes unexplained. The restrictions themselves raise questions. If these contain ordinary rock formations, why such tight control? Militaries worldwide recognize the strategic value of subterranean spaces, building secret, nearly undetectable bases. Recent technology lets us build hidden underground facilities, raising questions about older, unknown constructions. Traditional folklore describes impossible technologies underground: lights that need no fuel, air flowing naturally without fans, and structures far tougher than any surface building. Researchers speculate some ancient technology might still function today, maintained by communities holding ancient wisdom. Though it sounds fantastical, humanity has lost many bygone technologies: pyramid construction methods, Damascus steel forging, or Roman concrete synthesis. If surface culture can lose knowledge, underground societies protected from upheaval might have preserved and advanced many trades for thousands of years. This reshapes our concept of human capability. If advanced underground civilizations exist, it proves humans can build lasting, sophisticated, sustainable societies. It suggests surface problems are solvable with innovation and collaboration. Even if we never meet these civilizations, their possible presence provides hope and new models for governance and coexistence. As we explore physically and intellectually, the planet's submerged secrets grow. The frozen poles especially whisper mysteries, places where normal rules falter. These aren't merely cold, barren landscapes, but regions where explorers report phenomena defying conventional understanding. Accounts like Admiral Richard Byrd's Antarctic expeditions describe landscapes that shouldn't exist according to our maps, fueling decades of fascination. At these planetary extremities, magnetic fields behave erratically, compasses fail, and strange atmospheric conditions challenge our scientific models. The polar regions hold particular significance in underground civilization theories. If entrances to hidden realms exist, These remote, heavily monitored areas would be logical locations. The extreme conditions provide natural barriers to casual exploration while offering potential access points to vast subterranean networks. Antarctica remains largely off-limits to civilian exploration, officially for environmental protection. Yet some researchers question whether other motives drive these restrictions. The continent's ice conceals unknown topography, valleys, mountains, and potentially artificial structures invisible from the surface. Recent discoveries of subglacial lakes and river systems prove Antarctica's hidden landscape is far more complex than imagined. These findings suggest habitable environments exist beneath the ice, protected from surface conditions, and potentially connected to deeper underground systems. The Arctic presents similar mysteries. Reports from polar explorers describe warm areas where ice should dominate, unusual weather patterns, and sightings of land masses not appearing on official charts. Magnetic anomalies in these regions interfere with navigation equipment and communication systems. Indigenous peoples of polar regions possess legends remarkably consistent with underground civilization theories. Stories of beings emerging from beneath the ice, of warm lands existing below the frozen surface, and of knowledge keepers dwelling in hidden realms protected from surface chaos. Modern satellite imagery occasionally reveals geometric patterns in polar ice formations, symmetrical shapes suggesting artificial origin. Ground-penetrating radar has confirmed some correspond to underground structures, yet investigation is often restricted or classified. The strategic importance of polar regions extends beyond scientific research. Military installations exist throughout these areas, their full capabilities undisclosed. Some theorists suggest these bases might have encountered evidence of pre-existing underground structures during construction. Climate change affecting polar regions could potentially expose previously hidden features. As ice sheets retreat and temperatures rise, structures concealed for millennia might become visible. This possibility adds urgency to ongoing research and monitoring efforts. The intersection of ancient legends, modern discoveries, and contemporary restrictions creates a compelling narrative. Polar regions represent Earth's last frontiers, places where conventional knowledge breaks down and extraordinary possibilities emerge. Whether these mysteries involve natural phenomena, classified military projects, or something more extraordinary remains unknown. Yet the consistency of reports, the unusual restrictions on exploration, and the strange phenomena documented by multiple independent sources suggest these regions hold secrets beyond current understanding. The polar connection to underground civilization theories isn't coincidental. These extreme environments provide ideal conditions for concealed entrances to vast subterranean networks, protected by harsh weather, monitored by governments, and largely unexplored by civilians. They represent perfect gateways to hidden worlds. As technology advances and climate changes, these secrets may not remain hidden forever. The polar regions might eventually reveal whether Earth harbors civilizations unknown to surface humanity, or whether the mysteries have more conventional explanations. Until then, the poles remain tantalizingly enigmatic, their frozen landscapes concealing whatever truths lie beneath. They serve as reminders that our planet still holds profound secrets, waiting in places where few dare venture and fewer still are permitted to explore. The whispers from these concealed worlds grow stronger as we examine evidence from multiple sources. From ancient legends to modern anomalies, from scientific discoveries to governmental restrictions, the clues suggest our understanding of Earth's depths remains incomplete. Perhaps the greatest discovery in human history waits not among distant stars but beneath our feet, in chambers illuminated by unknown technologies, inhabited by civilizations that have thrived while surface humanity struggled through its turbulent development. In Antarctica, surprisingly warm valleys exist amid perpetual ice, where vegetation grows in places expected to be frozen. Most intriguing are reports of aircraft emerging from the ice, employing technologies unknown to current arsenals. Antarctica remains heavily restricted by international treaties, limiting civilian access and controlling information flow. The strict control appears excessive for such a barren land, suggesting protection might be more about concealing than preserving. The ice points to concealment, with satellite images revealing strangely smooth surfaces as if something lies hidden beneath. Radar has uncovered massive sub-ice structures that defy geological explanation, some city-sized and buried deep. Scientists discovered extensive subglacial rivers and lakes, some even surpassing the Great Lakes in size, kept liquid by geothermal heat. Life in Antarctica thrives in extreme conditions with unique microorganisms isolated and evolving separately for millions of years. If simple life can flourish in such harsh environments, what about more complex organisms that have had eons to adapt? What level of intelligence might have evolved in these hidden realms? Near the magnetic poles, compass readings become erratic and electronic devices fail due to powerful electromagnetic interference. These aren't subtle variations, but dramatic disruptions affecting navigation and communication since humans first explored these regions. Some hypothesize these disturbances hint at massive metallic constructs or advanced technology beneath the ice. While mainstream science attributes magnetic anomalies to natural variations, the patterns seem too structured and purposeful to be entirely geological. Northern and southern lights exhibit patterns suggesting influence beyond natural particle collisions, perhaps from subterranean energy systems. Could these spectacular displays be byproducts of technologies harnessing Earth's magnetic field in ways we haven't discovered? Thermal anomalies persist in polar regions, highlighting warmer spots unexplained by known geothermal or volcanic activity. Satellite thermal imaging reveals hotspots that persist year-round, even during the harshest winter months, defying standard climate models. Exploration is limited by international agreements, with many intriguing sites off-limits to civilian researchers. Both poles host secretive military bases with undefined missions, hinting at strategic interests beyond science or territorial claims. The involvement of military and intelligence organizations in polar research extends far beyond what simple exploration would require. Throughout the 20th century, major powers maintained significant military presences in both polar regions, suggesting strategic interests that aren't publicly acknowledged. Operation High Jump, the massive US military expedition to Antarctica in 1946-47, involved thousands of personnel and advanced equipment far beyond what would be needed for simple exploration and mapping. The operation was cut short after only a few months, despite being planned for much longer. Official explanations cite weather conditions and equipment failures, but the scale and abrupt termination have fueled decades of speculation about what was truly discovered. The timing is significant, occurring in an era of rapid technological advancement and intense geopolitical tension. If unusual phenomena or advanced technologies were discovered during this period, the military implications would have been profound. The Cold War context provides further reason to classify such discoveries strictly, as both superpowers would have strong incentives to keep revolutionary findings secret. Modern satellite images reveal puzzling geometric surface patterns in the polar regions, often where no known infrastructure exists. These symmetrical formations appear too orderly to be naturally occurring geological features, yet ground investigations are frequently restricted or equipment mysteriously malfunctions. Indigenous peoples in polar regions possess oral traditions describing warm lands beneath the ice, places where the aurora touches the ground and unusual beings emerge from openings in the frozen earth. These stories pass down through generations, describe encounters with entities bearing advanced knowledge and technologies. Inuit legends specifically mention territories beyond the ice where different rules apply, where warmth persists despite the frozen surface, and where inhabitants possess wisdom unknown to surface dwellers. These accounts align remarkably with underground civilization theories and modern anomalous discoveries. The consistency between ancient indigenous stories, modern scientific discoveries, military secrecy, and ongoing restrictions creates a compelling narrative. Each element alone might be dismissed, but together they suggest the polar regions harbor secrets far beyond current public understanding. These aren't just cold wastelands at Earth's extremities, but potentially active frontiers where hidden civilizations might maintain contact points with the surface world. The extreme conditions provide perfect cover for concealed activities, while the restricted access ensures limited scrutiny from independent researchers. Climate change affecting polar ice could eventually expose features hidden for millennia. As ice sheets retreat and temperatures rise, structures or entrances concealed under frozen barriers might become visible, potentially forcing disclosure of long-held secrets. The polar connection to underground civilization theories isn't coincidental. These regions offer ideal conditions for maintaining hidden entrances to vast subterranean networks. Protected by harsh weather, monitored by governments, and largely inaccessible to civilians, they represent perfect gateways between surface and hidden worlds. Advanced underground civilizations would logically choose such remote locations for limited surface contact. The extreme conditions deter casual exploration while providing natural barriers against unwanted discovery. Military presence ensures additional security layers protecting whatever secrets lie beneath. Whether these mysteries involve natural phenomena, classified projects, or extraordinary civilizations remains unknown. Yet the convergence of ancient legends, modern anomalies, military involvement, and ongoing restrictions suggest the polar regions hold truths that challenge our fundamental understanding of Earth. The evidence continues mounting from multiple independent sources: magnetic disturbances, thermal anomalies, subglacial discoveries, satellite observations, military expeditions, indigenous traditions, and persistent secrecy. Each piece contributes to a larger puzzle that mainstream science struggles to explain convincingly. As technology advances and environmental changes continue, these polar secrets may not remain hidden forever. The frozen frontiers might eventually reveal whether Earth harbors civilizations unknown to surface humanity, or whether the mysteries have more conventional explanations. Until then, the poles remain tantalizingly enigmatic, their ice-covered landscapes concealing whatever extraordinary truths lie beneath. They serve as stark reminders that our planet still holds profound secrets in places where few dare venture and fewer still are permitted to explore. The whispers from these concealed polar realms grow stronger as evidence accumulates. From ancient accounts to modern discoveries, from governmental restrictions to scientific anomalies, the clues suggest our understanding of Earth's polar regions, and perhaps our entire planet, remains profoundly incomplete. These events, accounts, and restrictions collectively deepen the enigma of Earth's polar regions. They hint at worlds beneath the ice waiting to be uncovered, where ancient and advanced truths intersect with modern mysteries. The polar frontier remains one of our planet's last truly unexplored realms, promising revelations that could reshape our understanding of Earth, life, and civilization itself. Though often dismissed as mere myths by anthropologists, the striking uniformity and intricate details of these stories across diverse cultures hint at deeper truths. Unique acoustic characteristics of polar areas allow sensitive detection of subterranean sounds traveling through ice and permafrost, indicating possible underground activity. Researchers have detected rhythmic acoustic signals beneath ice sheets that are improbably regular to be natural phenomena. The vast resources and costs associated with polar operations raise questions about hidden incentives behind the significant investments nations make. Are there concealed resources or technologies beneath the ice justifying these expenditures despite logistical challenges? As ice sheets retreat and melt, satellite imagery shows geological formations and surface features that don't appear on any existing maps. Some of these newly revealed areas show signs of geometric regularity or artificial construction. Polar expeditions employ advanced technology capable of enduring extreme cold, traversing harsh terrain, and overcoming communication barriers caused by electromagnetic interference. Some of these technologies appear to be more advanced than what's available for civilian applications, suggesting that polar operations have access to classified or experimental systems. The remoteness and legal protections afforded by international treaties create ideal environments for covert activities. Experiments that would be impossible to conceal in populated areas could operate undetected for decades in the vast emptiness of Antarctica or the Arctic. As we piece together these various elements, a picture emerges of polar regions that are far more active and mysterious than their reputation as frozen wastelands would suggest. Whether this activity involves hidden civilizations, advanced military projects, or phenomena we don't yet understand, it's clear that the poles hold secrets that go far beyond what appears in geography textbooks. The mysteries harbor potential to radically alter our understanding of Earth and humanity's capabilities. The energy sources that could support such activities in harsh polar conditions would have to be far more advanced than our current capabilities. The construction techniques required to build and maintain facilities in such environments would represent engineering achievements beyond our current understanding. If contact between surface and hidden polar civilizations has occurred, it would explain some of the most persistent mysteries in modern history. Unexplained aircraft sightings, technological leaps that seem to come from nowhere, and the curious reluctance of governments to fully disclose what they know about polar activities. The frozen ends of our world may hold keys to understanding not just our planet's hidden geography, but our species' hidden potential. The poles embody the ongoing enigma of Earth, where natural and technological boundaries blur into mystery. In these frozen frontiers, the divide between the familiar and the unexplored diminishes, revealing vast unknown realms. Restrictions on exploration prompt reflection on the true extent of concealed regions around our planet. Overlaying restricted zones with strange phenomenon locations reveals patterns hinting at deeper secrets. Many extensive cave networks remain off-limits or only partially explored, leaving vast subterranean worlds uncharted. Human expeditions to the Mariana Trench are remarkably few, yet they've revealed surprising life forms and geological oddities beneath the ocean floor. If such discoveries exist in relatively accessible deep waters, what extraordinary secrets might lie in truly inaccessible depths beneath the seafloor? Secret underground bases worldwide contribute further to the mystery, with some construction projects unveiling unexpected subterranean features during excavation. Workers report discovering chambers that shouldn't exist, passages too geometrically precise to be natural, and spaces showing evidence of previous construction or habitation. The surge in underground military infrastructure during the Cold War reflects a leap into unprecedented technological and strategic frontiers. This timing suggests discoveries or developments requiring immediate classified response and long-term strategic planning. Modern tunnel boring machines can excavate through virtually any rock type, while climate control systems maintain comfortable conditions miles underground. Communication networks operate despite being buried under thousands of feet of earth and stone. These advances enable construction projects that would have been impossible just decades ago. Yet reports persist of construction teams encountering pre-existing structures or unusual geological formations that don't match official surveys. Most such accounts are classified or dismissed, but they continue emerging from projects worldwide, suggesting patterns that exceed coincidence. The coordination between restricted surface areas and underground anomalies raises fundamental questions about what authorities know versus what they publicly acknowledge. Environmental protection, scientific preservation, and safety concerns provide reasonable explanations for access limitations, but the scope and intensity of restrictions sometimes seem disproportionate to stated risks. Deep ocean exploration presents another frontier where access limitations intersect with extraordinary discoveries. We've sent more people to the moon than to our planet's deepest oceanic trenches, yet brief visits to these depths reveal life forms that challenge biological understanding and geological formations that don't match current models. These restrictions, discoveries, and patterns collectively suggest our planet harbors secrets far beyond public knowledge. Whether involving natural phenomena, classified projects, advanced civilizations, or combinations thereof, the evidence points toward hidden realities that could reshape human understanding. The technology required for sustained activity in extreme environments, whether polar, subterranean, or deep oceanic, implies capabilities surpassing current public knowledge. Energy systems, construction techniques, and life support technologies operating in these conditions would represent revolutionary advances. If contact between surface humanity and hidden civilizations has occurred through these remote access points, it might explain technological leaps that seem to emerge from nowhere, mysterious aircraft capabilities, and governmental reluctance to fully disclose activities in restricted areas. The pattern of secrecy surrounding Earth's most extreme and inaccessible regions suggests these locations serve purposes beyond their obvious strategic or scientific value. They may function as gateways between known and unknown worlds, buffer zones protecting extraordinary discoveries, or contact points between different levels of civilization. As climate change, technological advancement, and shifting geopolitical landscapes alter access to previously forbidden regions, long-hidden secrets may eventually surface. The revelations could transform our understanding of Earth's history, human potential, and our place in a universe that may be far stranger and more populated than we imagine. The greatest discovery in human history might not await us among distant stars, but beneath our feet, in chambers illuminated by unknown technologies, inhabited by civilizations that have thrived while surface humanity struggled through its turbulent development. These mysteries remind us that our understanding of Earth remains profoundly incomplete. The solid ground beneath our feet conceals depths we've barely begun to explore, and in those unexplored realms, entire worlds of possibility continue to exist, waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves to a surface civilization finally ready to comprehend the extraordinary nature of the planet we call home. If either side had uncovered proof of ancient underground civilizations or advanced technologies during the Cold War, the strategic significance would have been immense, and such discoveries likely kept strictly secret. Yet military secrecy is only one part of the broader obscurity surrounding underground mysteries. Scientific institutions, corporations, and even religious groups may also have causes to keep groundbreaking discoveries from public view. Technologies capable of upending power structures, evidence challenging fundamental beliefs about history, or knowledge with the potential to alter our understanding of Earth itself, all represent factors driving a culture of concealment. Suppression of information extends beyond direct censorship to more subtle mechanisms. Funding for research often flows preferentially to traditional, widely accepted projects, making it difficult for unconventional theories to gain traction. Academics risk their reputations and careers by exploring ideas outside the mainstream, and stories about underground mysteries are typically relegated to entertainment media, rather than treated as legitimate journalism. Despite these obstacles, evidence continues to surface. Satellite imagery increasingly reveals surface features suggestive of vast underground complexes. Seismic surveys detect anomalies not explained by standard geology, and gravitational readings point to empty spaces where solid rock is expected. Technologies capable of probing the Earth's interior, like ground-penetrating radar, advance rapidly, sometimes outpacing efforts to control or filter what is discovered. Archaeologists use such tools to detect buried ruins and geologists for mapping water or minerals, but occasionally the findings defy categorization, massive, regular structures too ancient and deep for recent human construction. Responses to these discoveries can be revealing. When familiar patterns emerge, like a buried temple, the result is celebration and increased research support. When findings fall outside conventional frameworks, they may be quietly dismissed or attributed to equipment error. This selective attention hints at institutional desire to avoid publicizing certain kinds of underground evidence. The reasons may be profound. One possibility is that discoveries so radically challenge accepted scientific models that acknowledging them would require a complete paradigm shift, invalidating decades of research in geology, archaeology, and history. Evidence suggesting human civilization is older or more advanced than thought would have profound ripple effects on multiple fields. Another concern is technological. Access to advanced underground tech could offer enormous strategic or economic power. Those in possession of such knowledge would be motivated to keep it secret until they've deciphered and exploited its benefits. Energy is a specific example. Any civilization thriving underground for millennia must have solved sustainable power generation. Unlocking those secrets could revolutionize our approach to energy and environmental stewardship. Discovery of unique underground life, organisms thriving in extreme isolation, feeding off chemical reactions, or possessing unheard-of sensory abilities, might transform medicine, material science, or biotechnology. The most significant implications, however, may be social and philosophical. If thriving, sophisticated societies exist below us, it suggests that persistent surface problems, environmental degradation, social conflict, are not inherent or unsolvable. Instead, such problems could be political, economic, and institutional rather than technological. This idea would threaten existing power structures, suggesting alternatives for energy, governance, and sustainability that disrupt accepted ways of organizing society. Concealment of underground evidence serves many functions, keeping advanced technologies from exploitation, avoiding the destabilization that alternative, successful social models might cause, and maintaining the authority of current institutions against the possibility of more effective alternatives. Paradoxically, the more evidence accumulates, the more incentives there are to suppress or discredit it. The importance of such discoveries makes them among the most closely guarded secrets imaginable. Nevertheless, no system of secrecy is infallible. With the proliferation of global communication and accessible technology, it becomes harder to fully suppress information. Satellite data is open to all, and scientific instruments grow cheaper and more available. Independent researchers can collaborate across borders and institutional divides, producing a growing body of anomalous data, seismic readings not matching existing models, gravitational anomalies implying enormous voids, unusual electromagnetic signals pointing to vast metallic structures deep below ground. Taken in isolation, each anomaly might be dismissed as error or coincidence, but together, the data hints at a planet much more complex and mysterious than conventional knowledge allows. Our world may contain enormous hidden spaces where mainstream geology claims only solid rock. Beneath the surface, energy and information could travel through complex, undiscovered networks, where intelligence adapts to environments considered impossible for complex life. This concealment, whether intentional or due to limited exploration, ensures these mysteries remain unresolved yet endlessly fascinating. In the gaps between what we know and what we assume, entire worlds of possibility continue to exist. Some enigmas may serve a purpose greater than being solved, reminding us to remain humble about our understanding and curious about the unknown. The hidden underworld beneath our feet testifies that human knowledge, despite advances, remains incomplete, and Earth more amazing than imagined. As exploration technologies advance, deeper ventures into caves and the Earth's crust might reveal definitive truths or more profound mysteries. Regardless of outcomes, this quest expands our sense of possibility, challenges assumptions, and points us to great discoveries possibly underfoot rather than in distant cosmos. Perhaps tangible proof exists now, evidenced by phenomena right before us, not just in theory. Consider the mysterious hum reported worldwide, a persistent low-frequency sound that seems to emanate from deep underground, rhythmic like the planet's heartbeat. Scientists have recorded this phenomenon across dozens of locations from New Mexico to England. The sound is real, measurable, and consistent, but its source remains unexplained. Conventional theories point to industrial activity, ocean waves, or seismic processes, but the hum occurs in areas far from industrial operations, and its frequency patterns don't match natural geological processes. Could this sound be the acoustic signature of vast underground machinery, energy systems operating for centuries, maintaining hidden civilizations? The hum falls within frequency ranges known to affect human biology and consciousness, ideal for covert communication or influence. If an underground civilization wanted to communicate with surface dwellers or subtly influence behavior, these specific frequencies would be precisely what they might use. Underground water systems offer another window into hidden infrastructure that might exist beneath us. Vast networks of rivers and aquifers flow through Earth's crust, some larger than any surface river system, yet the behavior of these underground waterways sometimes defies conventional hydrology. Water appears where it shouldn't exist according to geological understanding. The springs emerge from solid rock with no apparent source. Underground rivers change course without explanation. Water temperatures vary in patterns that don't match surrounding geology. These anomalies could suggest intelligence manages or alters underground water systems. Some underground waters contain minerals in combinations not expected naturally and exhibit unusual properties, sometimes described as having healing or energizing effects. While rare geological processes might explain some instances, the patterns suggest underground water systems might be more than natural phenomena. Cave systems continue to reveal surprises that challenge our understanding of underground possibilities. The Muvial Cave in Romania was isolated from the surface for over 5 million years, yet it houses a complete ecosystem of creatures found nowhere else on Earth. These organisms evolved unique metabolic processes independent of sunlight or surface nutrients. If simple organisms can develop such sophisticated adaptations in isolated underground environments, what might more complex life forms achieve with millions of years of uninterrupted development? The biological creativity in deep caves suggests underground evolution might follow paths we haven't imagined. Bioluminescence is particularly common in cave ecosystems, organisms generating their own light through chemical processes, creating living illumination systems requiring no external energy. Scale this to civilization level, and you have technology that could light entire underground cities without fuel or electrical power. Sound transmission through Rocken chambers enables communication over great distances underground with minimal signal loss. Certain frequencies can travel for miles through underground passages with remarkable clarity. An underground civilization understanding these acoustic principles could maintain communication across continental distances using natural cave acoustics enhanced by precisely positioned chambers and passages. They could coordinate activities, share information, and maintain social cohesion across territories impossible to manage using surface communication methods. The thermal properties of underground environments offer similar advantages. Geothermal energy is available virtually everywhere if you dig deep enough. Temperature differentials between deep and shallow underground areas could power mechanical systems. Underground thermal currents could provide heating and cooling for large installations without external energy input. Natural underground energy sources could be enhanced through relatively simple engineering principles. Thermal siphons could move heat from deep geothermal sources to areas where needed. Underground air currents could be channeled and amplified to provide ventilation and power. Water flow could be managed to generate hydroelectric power even in areas far from surface rivers. These technologies aren't theoretical. They're demonstrated by phenomena we observe and measure today. The infrastructure for vast underground civilizations exists not just in our imagination, but in the measurable, documented behaviors of underground systems that seem too organized, too purposeful to be entirely natural. The evidence accumulates from multiple independent sources: acoustic signatures that suggest massive machinery water systems that behave as if managed by intelligence, biological systems that demonstrate unprecedented adaptation to underground environments, and energy sources that could power civilizations for millennia. Each piece of evidence alone might be explained by conventional means, but together they paint a picture of Earth as far more complex and inhabited than mainstream understanding suggests. The planet beneath our feet may host networks of energy and information, communities of beings and technologies that challenge our fundamental assumptions about what's possible. Whether these mysteries involve natural phenomena pushed to extraordinary limits, classified human projects operating beyond public knowledge, or actual underground civilizations that have thrived in secret for thousands of years, they remind us that our understanding of Earth remains profoundly incomplete. The solid ground beneath our feet conceals depths we've barely begun to explore. In those unexplored realms, entire worlds of possibility continue to exist. The greatest discoveries in human history might await not among distant stars but in the hidden spaces of our own planet. As we stand on the threshold of technological capabilities that could finally penetrate these mysteries, we face the possibility that everything we thought we knew about Earth and our place on it might be just the beginning of a far more extraordinary story. The concealed realms beneath us continue to call, promising revelations that could reshape our understanding of life, intelligence, and the true nature of the world we call home. Building these systems wouldn't have been beyond the reach of ancient cultures, especially with millennia to perfect their methods. Success hinges on harmonizing with natural subterranean forces rather than imposing surface technologies underground. Modern mining operations occasionally encounter evidence suggesting previous underground activity. Miners report finding chambers with smooth walls that seem too regular to be natural. Passages connect in geometrically precise patterns, spaces showing signs of artificial construction that predate any known mining activity in the area. Most of these reports are dismissed as natural geological formations or misidentified mining features, but the consistency of such accounts from independent operations worldwide suggests there might be more to these discoveries than official explanations acknowledge. Tool marks discovered do not match known ancient implements, indicating advanced stonework and engineering. They show evidence of cutting or shaping techniques beyond any known ancient tools. The precision and consistency suggest advanced understanding of stonework and engineering, yet they're found in supposedly undisturbed geological layers. Voids appear where solid rock should exist. Metallic objects are embedded in stone formations supposedly millions of years old. These discoveries are rarely publicized because they don't fit established geological or archaeological frameworks, but they accumulate in technical reports and private collections, creating evidence that our understanding of underground history is incomplete. Certain underground sites emit electromagnetic anomalies that disrupt electronic devices and navigation instruments, Areas where compass readings become unreliable, electronic equipment malfunctions, and radio signals are amplified or distorted unusually. These phenomena often occur in locations showing other underground anomalies. If underground civilizations use electromagnetic technologies we don't fully understand, they could create field effects interfering with surface equipment. The patterns of electromagnetic disturbance might even serve as communication or navigation systems for underground inhabitants. Satellite imagery reveals surface features in remote areas suggesting large-scale underground construction. Geometric patterns visible from space correspond to no known human activity. Symmetrical formations could be natural but follow mathematical relationships too precise for geological processes alone. Ground-penetrating radar surveys often reveal underground structures matching surface patterns. Many of these intriguing sites remain inaccessible due to geographical, political, or legal barriers. The timeline of when these surface features appeared adds mystery, some present for decades or centuries, suggesting they're not recent human constructions. Others appear to change over time, growing or shifting in ways suggesting ongoing subsurface activity. Genetic studies reveal populations with adaptations indicating long isolation in subterranean habitats. Certain human populations show unusual characteristics that don't fit standard models of migration and development. DNA markers suggest long periods of isolation and adaptation to specific environmental conditions. Some populations show physical adaptations advantageous for underground living: enhanced night vision, improved hearing, increased lung capacity, stronger bone density. These traits appear in populations from various world regions, but always in areas where extensive cave systems or underground construction is known to exist. Traditional tales and unusual engineering skills suggest deep, practical knowledge of life underground. Traditional stories describe advanced underground civilizations in remarkable detail. Engineering knowledge seems beyond what would be expected from surface-dwelling peoples. Understanding of underground navigation, construction techniques, and resource management suggests extensive practical experience with subterranean environments. Archaeological evidence from surface excavations sometimes reveals artifacts that don't match known ancient technologies. Tools show understanding of metallurgy or engineering principles that weren't supposed to be developed until much later periods. Construction techniques required knowledge of physics and material science seeming beyond ancient peoples' capabilities. When these artifacts are found associated with evidence of extensive underground construction, they suggest ancient surface civilizations might have had access to knowledge and technologies developed by underground communities. Cultural exchanges might have occurred for thousands of years between surface and subterranean peoples. The implications extend far beyond archaeology or geology. If underground civilizations developed advanced technologies while remaining hidden, they represent a parallel track of human development proceeding independently of recorded history. Technologies developed underground would be uniquely suited to subterranean life, including efficient energy generation, robust construction methods, and life support systems sustaining human habitation far from surface resources. Such technologies could revolutionize our approach to sustainability and resource management. Underground civilizations would have solved problems of waste management, energy efficiency, and ecological balance that surface civilizations still struggle with. Their solutions might offer blueprints for creating more sustainable surface communities. Socially, underground communities may have cultivated governance models, emphasizing stability, cooperation, and resilience. Communities maintaining stability and cooperation over thousands of years would have developed social structures and cultural practices promoting harmony rather than conflict. These alternative societal structures could inform solutions to many surface-level conflicts and inefficiencies. Their approaches to governance, education, and social coordination could offer alternatives to systems that have led to much strife in surface civilizations. Perhaps the most significant implication is what underground civilizations' existence would mean for our understanding of human potential. Ultimately, the existence of such civilizations would challenge prevailing assumptions about human limits, illustrating that many current problems stem not from inherent flaws but from lack of knowledge or misguided choices. If people living in challenging underground environments created advanced sustainable societies, it proves that problems facing surface humanity are not insurmountable limitations of human nature, but challenges solvable with the right knowledge and approach. The growing body of evidence continues accumulating piece by piece, measurement by measurement, discovery by discovery. Each new finding adds to a picture suggesting our planet harbors secrets far beyond current understanding. Whether involving natural phenomena, classified projects, or actual underground civilizations, the evidence points toward hidden realities that could reshape human understanding. As exploration technology improves and access to previously forbidden regions increases through climate change and shifting political landscapes, long-hidden secrets may eventually surface. The revelations could transform our understanding of Earth's history, human potential, and our place in a universe far stranger and more populated than we imagine. The greatest discovery in human history might await not among distant stars but beneath our feet, in chambers lit by unknown technologies, inhabited by civilizations that have thrived while surface humanity struggled through turbulent development. These mysteries remind us that our understanding of Earth remains profoundly incomplete. The solid ground beneath our feet conceals depths we've barely begun to explore. In those unexplored realms, entire worlds of possibility continue to exist, waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves to a surface civilization finally ready to comprehend the extraordinary nature of the planet we call home. Individually, anomalies can often be rationalized, but together they reveal a far more intricate and dynamic Earth beneath our feet. Vast underground networks of tunnels, chambers, and installations might shelter entire civilizations, harness energy, and coordinate activities over vast distances. Whether these are mysterious natural formations, relics of forgotten ancient civilizations, or signs of active underground communities, they defy our assumptions about subterranean possibilities. Deep drilling projects push further into the Earth's crust. Cave exploration reaches deeper into uncharted underground territories. Satellite surveillance reveals more surface features that suggest underground activity. Even without confirmation, the idea that we might share our planet with unseen civilizations transforms how we view our place in the cosmos. We walk on ground that might conceal entire civilizations. We live on a planet that might host forms of human development we've never imagined. The seemingly solid ground below could be alive with activity, harboring wonders yet unimagined. Perhaps the ultimate discovery lies not among the stars but beneath our feet, where ancient secrets await. Beneath the surface's rhythm, tectonic and molten forces hint at processes and principles we have yet to fully grasp. Strange gravitational patterns challenge classic physics, indicating unexpected mass distributions below. Standard physics tells us that gravitational pull should increase steadily as we descend toward Earth's center where mass concentrates most densely. Yet sensitive instruments have detected zones where this rule seems to bend, areas deep underground where gravitational readings fluctuate in patterns that don't match our models of mass distribution through solid rock. These aren't subtle variations requiring sophisticated equipment to detect. In some locations, gravitational anomalies are significant enough to affect water behavior, sediment settling, even crystalline growth patterns. It's as if something in these deep spaces redistributes mass in ways conventional geology can't explain. Some suggest these arise from vast voids meticulously arranged, manipulating gravity itself beyond natural laws. The gravitational signatures suggest spaces that are actively managed, where mass is arranged according to principles that work with gravitational forces rather than simply yielding to them. This hints at engineering on a scale we've never attempted, not just excavation of spaces within solid rock, but deliberate manipulation of gravitational fields to create environments where different physical laws apply. Zones where objects might fall upward instead of down, where water could flow in spirals that defy surface physics, where the very orientation of up and down might be subject to conscious design. Mastery over gravity could revolutionize energy, transport, and materials science, enabling seemingly impossible feats. Technologies that harness gravitational differentials could provide unlimited clean power. Transportation systems that work with gravity rather than against it could move people and materials with minimal energy input. Gravity is only part of a broader picture. Seismic and acoustic data reveal a complex alive Earth interior. Deep underground monitoring stations have detected acoustic patterns suggesting the Earth's interior is far more active than we assume. These aren't random vibrations you'd expect from settling rock or tectonic movement. They're rhythmic, structured, almost musical in their complexity. The frequencies involved are particularly intriguing. Many fall within ranges that have known biological effects, frequencies that can influence cellular metabolism, neural activity, even consciousness itself. Artificial acoustic patterns suggest an intelligence using Earth as a communication medium, influencing biological life remotely. Sound travels through rock and underground chambers in predictable ways, but acoustic signatures detected by deep monitoring equipment show properties that don't match simple sound transmission. They demonstrate interference patterns, harmonic relationships, and frequency modulations, suggesting active management by intelligence that understands acoustic principles far better than surface science has achieved. Such networks might enable long-distance communication, environmental control, and interaction with subterranean ecosystems. Communication across continental distances using natural underground chambers as resonating spaces. Environmental control using specific frequencies to influence biological processes in underground ecosystems. Even consciousness alteration using sound to induce states of awareness that facilitate contact between surface and underground communities. Life deep underground is sophisticated, showing collective behavior and environmental engineering beyond current understanding. These aren't primitive organisms barely clinging to existence in harsh conditions. They're sophisticated life forms that have developed capabilities we're only beginning to understand. Some deep cave organisms demonstrate collective intelligence, coordinating their behavior across entire underground ecosystems in ways that suggest communication networks we can't detect with current instruments. Underground organisms actively modify habitats to sustain thriving biospheres, creating conditions that support not just their own survival, but the flourishing of entire underground ecosystems. Many underground species derive energy from non-solar chemical sources, tapping into Earth's internal energy systems. Some appear to be photosynthetic, but using light sources that don't originate from the sun. Others demonstrate what can only be described as engineered biology, metabolic processes that seem too sophisticated to have evolved through natural selection alone. These adaptations go beyond simple survival mechanisms. They represent biological technologies that could revolutionize our understanding of energy production, environmental management, and even the possibilities for life in extreme environments throughout the universe. If organisms can develop such sophisticated capabilities in isolated underground environments, what might more complex forms of intelligence achieve with millions of years of uninterrupted development? The biological creativity we see in deep caves suggests that underground evolution might follow paths we haven't imagined, producing forms of life that challenge our basic assumptions about what's possible in the hidden depths of our planet. The convergence of gravitational anomalies, acoustic signatures, and biological sophistication paints a picture of underground realms far more complex and active than mainstream science acknowledges. Whether these phenomena represent natural processes pushed to extraordinary limits, evidence of ancient civilizations whose technologies we don't understand, or signs of ongoing underground communities that have developed beyond our current comprehension, they remind us that Earth remains a planet of profound mystery. Our evolving understanding challenges all assumptions about biology, physics, and the potential for hidden civilizations beneath our feet. The solid ground we walk on may conceal wonders that could transform our understanding of life itself. Technologies that could solve our greatest challenges, and forms of human development that prove the problems we face on the surface are not insurmountable limitations, but challenges that can be overcome with knowledge we have yet to discover. The evidence continues to accumulate, piece by piece, measurement by measurement, discovery by discovery. Each new finding adds to a picture of Earth as a far more extraordinary and inhabited planet than we ever dared imagine. The greatest adventure of discovery might not require traveling to distant galaxies, but simply looking down into the hidden heart of our own world, where ancient secrets and future possibilities continue to exist in the mysterious depths below. Some underground biological systems display metabolic pathways so optimized and precise, they challenge the notion of random evolution. Such societies may have harnessed biotechnologies that create not just livable but dynamically adapting environments. Living organisms could supply light, warmth, purified air, and waste recycling without mechanical parts. Thermal data indicates these civilizations tap geothermal energy beyond simple temperature regulation. Deep sensing equipment detects thermal signatures suggesting energy harnessing far beyond basic heating and cooling. Engineered temperature patterns, including spiraling thermal currents, maximize energy transfer and maintain precise temperatures across vast underground spaces. These imply mastery of thermodynamics and materials science exceeding surface technologies. The most fascinating thermal signatures suggest active cooling where geothermal activity should dominate. These cooling zones correlate with gravitational and acoustic anomalies, indicating integrated systems managing underground physical properties. Electromagnetic anomalies point to advanced, perhaps artificial, underground infrastructures. Deep monitoring equipment detects electromagnetic fields with organized structures and patterns suggesting advanced technological control. Such fields could enable wireless power transmission using Earth as a conductor, resonant communications through underground chambers, and frictionless electromagnetic transport systems. Rhythmic electromagnetic pulses correlate with biological cycles, suggesting seamless tech-biology integration. These fields may enhance biological functions, support healing processes, and facilitate communication between biological and technological systems. The frequency and field control exhibited surpass surface technological capabilities. If engineered, they represent revolutionary advances in energy and matter manipulation that would transform our understanding of physics and engineering fundamentals. Subterranean water exhibits anomalous behavior, implying advanced management technologies. Underground water systems don't behave according to surface hydrology predictions. Water appears where geological models say it shouldn't exist, flows in patterns defying gravitational gradients, and maintains temperatures and compositions suggesting active management by unidentified systems. Stable, unusual mineral and pH profiles suggest active chemical and biological processes, mineral compositions that shouldn't occur naturally. pH levels remaining stable despite conditions causing dramatic fluctuations, and dissolved gases indicate water interacting with systems absent from geological surveys. Microbial communities seem engineered and collaborate with technological infrastructures. Microorganisms exhibit capabilities appearing designed rather than evolved, managing chemical processes in coordination with technological infrastructure. Water recycling and purification operate with precision, delivering tailored chemical compositions to different areas based on specific needs. Biological treatment systems can process any contamination type. Distribution networks deliver precisely controlled water chemistry across vast underground territories. Together, these systems imply complex, technologically advanced underground civilizations. The evidence points to societies developing technologies specifically adapted to subterranean environments. Effective underground technologies harmonize with natural dynamics rather than imposing surface solutions on underground conditions. Such environments offer protection from climate, conflict, and catastrophes plaguing surface life. They provide access to unlimited geothermal energy and operate in stable environments, allowing precise physical condition control. Most importantly, they could develop continuously over thousands of years without interruptions, repeatedly setting back surface civilizations. Materials science required for underground infrastructure differs completely from surface developments. Materials must withstand unique underground stresses while maintaining precision and durability over geological timescales. Construction techniques work with underground pressure and thermal conditions rather than fighting them. Archaeological evidence from deep excavations reveals artifacts beyond known ancient technologies. Metal alloys possess properties modern metallurgy struggles to reproduce. Construction materials show no degradation despite millennia of burial. Precision tool marks challenge previously believed limitations of ancient craftsmanship. These artifacts are often dismissed as anomalies or contamination, but their consistency across locations and geological contexts suggests technological traditions developing independently of surface civilizations. Technology designed specifically for underground conditions using principles and materials surface science hasn't discovered. Underground development timelines could stretch far longer than surface civilization. While surface communities suffered repeated disruptions from ice ages, asteroid impacts, and catastrophes, underground civilizations remained protected from most disturbances. They could maintain continuous technological development over hundreds of thousands of years. This extended timeline allows achievements seeming impossible from surface perspectives. Technologies refined through millennia of uninterrupted development. Social systems evolved to solve problems surface civilizations still struggle with. Wisdom spanning vast timescales suggests profound insights beyond recorded history. The accumulated evidence from gravitational anomalies, acoustic signatures, electromagnetic phenomena, thermal management, water systems, biological sophistication, and archaeological artifacts creates a compelling picture of Earth as a far more extraordinary planet than mainstream understanding acknowledges. Whether these phenomena represent natural processes pushed to incredible limits, remnants of ancient civilizations whose technologies we don't comprehend, or evidence of ongoing underground communities that have achieved capabilities beyond our imagination, they remind us that our planet holds secrets challenging our fundamental assumptions about what's possible. The technologies implied by these underground systems would revolutionize every aspect of human civilization. Energy systems that provide unlimited clean power, transportation methods that work with natural forces rather than against them, environmental management that achieves perfect sustainability, biological technologies that integrate seamlessly with mechanical systems. Perhaps most significantly, the social implications suggest that the problems facing surface humanity, environmental destruction, resource scarcity, social conflict, technological limitation, are not insurmountable features of human nature, but challenges that can be solved with sufficient knowledge and time. The existence of such civilizations would prove that sustainable, sophisticated societies can persist for millennia, that human ingenuity can overcome seemingly impossible obstacles, and that the future holds possibilities we haven't dared imagine. As our exploration technologies advance and our understanding deepens, we may eventually uncover definitive proof of what lies hidden in the depths, or we may discover that the mysteries only grow deeper, that each answer reveals new questions, that the underground world is even more complex and extraordinary than our most ambitious theories suggest. Either way, the search itself transforms us. It expands our conception of what's possible, challenges our assumptions about the world we inhabit, and reminds us that the greatest discoveries might await not among distant stars but beneath our feet, in the hidden spaces of our own planet. The solid ground we walk on conceals depths we've barely begun to explore. In those unexplored realms, entire worlds of possibility continue to exist, patient as stone, mysterious as the darkness that has concealed them for so long. The greatest adventure of human discovery might require not traveling to exotic dimensions but simply looking down into the hidden heart of our own world, where ancient secrets and future possibilities wait in the mysterious depths below. Human populations living underground would likely develop subtle but significant adaptations such as enhanced night vision, improved hearing, stronger bones, and efficient metabolism, enabling not just survival, but comfort. These wouldn't be dramatic physical transformations, but refinements making underground existence not merely possible, but genuinely comfortable. More crucially, these communities might cultivate cultural and intellectual changes fostering social harmony, innovative governance, and sustainable living models potentially beneficial to surface societies. Communities maintaining social harmony for millennia would develop sophisticated approaches to governance, education, and organization promoting cooperation and sustainability. From their long-term observation of surface humanity's conflicts and environmental damage, such civilizations might choose concealment to protect themselves and avoid disruptions. If they've witnessed thousands of years of empire rises and falls, weapon development and environmental destruction, surface humanity might appear unprepared for contact with more advanced civilizations. Underground civilizations would be vulnerable to disruption if their locations and technologies became widely known. Their carefully maintained environments could be damaged by inappropriate contact. Their social systems could destabilize through exposure to surface conflicts and competitions. Although maintaining secrecy demands tremendous energy, access to boundless geothermal power and time would render such efforts feasible. Sophisticated concealment could involve electromagnetic shields deflecting detection equipment, acoustic dampening preventing sound transmission to surface monitoring stations, and thermal management masking heat signatures from satellite surveillance. These technologies might operate below surface detection thresholds, not actively jamming sensors, but ensuring underground activities don't create signatures surface technology recognizes. Existence of advanced underground societies would demonstrate human potential to build enduring, stable civilizations, solving challenges long faced by surface humanity. They prove humans can create sustainable, sophisticated societies persisting for millennia, showing that surface problems aren't inevitable limitations of human nature, but challenges solvable with appropriate knowledge and social organization. This possibility offers hope that sustainable technology and social harmony are achievable goals rather than impossible ideals. Solutions exist, developed and refined by communities having time and stability to work out living well on this planet. Yet it poses challenging questions about surface civilization's persistent struggles. Are the barriers technological or rooted in political and economic structures? Do obstacles to sustainable development lie in human capability limitations or in power and competition structures preventing solution implementation? Detection may depend more on subterranean willingness than on advances in human surveillance, with contact occurring on their terms and timelines. Their concealment capabilities likely remain ahead of detection capabilities for the foreseeable future. Meanwhile, exploration presses on, deeper drilling into unexplored crustal regions, cave teams mapping uncharted underground territories, monitoring systems detecting anomalies challenging conventional understanding of what lies beneath us. Each discovery brings us closer to answering fundamental questions about our planet and place on it. Are we truly alone, or do we share Earth with hidden civilizations? Could critical technologies already be in subterranean operation? Is human potential far greater than surface history suggests? Answering these questions could revolutionize our comprehension of civilization's potential and Earth's mysteries. In the depths below, patient as stone and mysterious as concealing darkness, possibilities wait that could reshape our entire relationship with the planet we call home. Standing at the boundary between the known surface and unknown depths, we face profound questions about our humanity and place in the universe. We're confronting something far more significant than scientific curiosity, questions striking at the very heart of what it means to be human on this planet. Reconsider the shock of realizing the ground beneath your childhood home wasn't the end, but just a thin crust above vast unknowns. The solid world you knew suddenly became a thin shell floating on immense mysteries. Multiply that feeling by everything we've explored. Every seismic anomaly suggesting hollow spaces where textbooks indicate solid rock. Every gravitational reading not matching mass behavior models. Every acoustic signature sounding too organized and purposeful for random geological noise. Each piece of evidence chips away at assumptions about the world we inhabit. The most unsettling truth: we know less than 1% of Earth's volume. We map Mars more precisely than our own deepest oceans and explore space while vast portions of our planet remain untouched. This ignorance results from severe physical challenges, technological limits, and the costly, difficult nature of underground exploration. Every mile deeper brings more challenging conditions, increasing pressure, rising temperatures, equipment failure. Earth itself seems to resist our attempts to penetrate its secrets. Yet compelling evidence for underground civilizations emerges precisely from these most inaccessible extreme environments. Where conditions seem impossible for life, we find the most sophisticated adaptations. Where technology should fail, we detect the most advanced signatures. The convergence of evidence from gravitational anomalies, acoustic patterns, electromagnetic phenomena, thermal management, water systems, biological sophistication, and archaeological artifacts creates a picture of Earth far more extraordinary than mainstream understanding acknowledges. Whether these represent natural processes pushed to incredible limits, remnants of ancient civilizations whose technologies we don't comprehend, or evidence of ongoing underground communities achieving capabilities beyond our imagination, they remind us our planet holds secrets challenging fundamental assumptions about possibility. The implications extend beyond scientific curiosity. If underground civilizations exist, they prove sustainable, sophisticated societies can persist for millennia. They demonstrate human ingenuity, can solve seemingly insurmountable challenges. They offer hope that surface problems aren't permanent limitations, but temporary obstacles awaiting proper solutions. Perhaps most significantly, they suggest the future holds possibilities we haven't dared imagine. Technologies that work with natural forces rather than against them. Social systems promoting cooperation rather than conflict. Environmental stewardship achieving perfect sustainability. As exploration technologies advance and understanding deepens, We may eventually uncover definitive proof of hidden depths, or discover mysteries only grow deeper, each answer revealing new questions, the underground world proving even more complex than our boldest theories suggest. Either way, the search transforms us. It expands conception of possibility, challenges assumptions about our inhabited world, and reminds us the greatest discoveries might await not among distant stars but beneath our feet, in hidden spaces of our own planet. The solid ground we walk conceals depths barely explored. In those uncharted realms, entire worlds of possibility continue existing, patient as stone, mysterious as darkness that has concealed them so long. The greatest adventure of human discovery might require not traveling to exotic dimensions, but simply looking down into the hidden heart of our world, where ancient secrets and future possibilities wait in the mysterious depths below. In the end, whether underground civilizations exist or not, the possibility alone transforms how we see ourselves and our planet. It reminds us Earth remains a world of profound mystery, that human understanding remains wonderfully incomplete, and that the ground beneath our feet might be far less solid and far more alive with hidden wonders than we ever dared imagine. The creatures thriving in deep subterranean caves are not merely surviving, they're flourishing, showcasing abilities finely tuned to their harsh environment. They've developed capabilities that seem almost engineered for their surroundings, demonstrating that life doesn't just adapt to impossible conditions, it can master them, transform them, and make them hospitable for increasingly complex forms of existence. If simple organisms can achieve such mastery over underground environments, what might intelligent life accomplish with thousands of years of uninterrupted development? What might human communities achieve if they had the time, resources, and motivation to truly understand how to live within the earth rather than merely upon it? Archaeological evidence suggests that ancient peoples understood underground environments far better than we've given them credit for. The precision of their underground construction, the sophistication of their ventilation systems, and the way they integrated their underground spaces with natural geological features weren't primitive shelters dug in desperation. They were carefully planned urban environments requiring advanced understanding of engineering principles we're still learning to appreciate. But what if these surface manifestations of underground knowledge are just the visible portion of something much larger? What if the underground cities we've discovered are like the tips of icebergs, small surface expressions of vast underground networks we haven't even begun to map? While energy demands for vast underground cities are high, geothermal and hydroelectric power provide abundant, clean energy vastly exceeding surface consumption. Underground energy is everywhere. Geothermal power is available virtually anywhere if you dig deep enough. Temperature differentials between underground levels could drive mechanical systems. Underground water flow could generate hydroelectric power. An advanced underground civilization might have access to more clean energy than all surface civilizations combined. Underground infrastructure demands advanced materials and building techniques resilient to pressure and time, hinting at centuries of refined knowledge, materials that could withstand tremendous pressure while maintaining structural integrity over geological timescales, construction techniques that work with underground forces rather than fighting against them. Evidence suggests such materials and techniques might already exist, developed by communities that have had centuries to perfect their understanding of underground engineering. Socially, these communities likely developed highly cooperative, sustainable governance systems addressing challenges that still baffle surface societies. Communities that maintained stability and cooperation for thousands of years would have solved problems surface civilizations still struggle with, creating social systems that promote harmony rather than conflict, managing resources sustainably over extended periods, preserving and transmitting knowledge across generations without losing essential information to war, disaster, or social upheaval. Underground civilizations would have been forced to develop solutions to these problems simply to survive. They couldn't afford the luxury of wasteful competition or destructive conflicts. Their environments would have demanded cooperation, efficiency, and long-term thinking. The social technologies they developed might be as advanced as their physical technologies. This brings us to perhaps the most intriguing question of all. If such civilizations exist, why haven't they made contact with surface humanity? The answer might lie not in their capabilities, but in their assessment of our readiness for such contact. From the perspective of an advanced underground civilization, surface humanity might appear chaotic, destructive, and unpredictable. Our history is marked by wars, environmental destruction, and social conflicts that would seem incomprehensible to communities that have maintained peace and sustainability for millennia. We might seem like children playing with dangerous toys, not yet mature enough to handle advanced knowledge responsibly. But there's another possibility. Contact might already be occurring in subtle ways we don't recognize. Throughout history, people have claimed encounters with beings possessing advanced knowledge who emerged from underground locations. Most accounts are dismissed as fantasy or fraud, but what if some represent real contact events, carefully managed interactions designed to share specific knowledge without disrupting surface civilizations? The timing of certain technological breakthroughs in surface history is intriguing when viewed from this perspective. Advances that seem to come from nowhere, discoveries requiring leaps of insight that seem almost impossible given the available knowledge base. Could some breakthroughs have been guided by underground civilizations sharing carefully selected information with surface inventors and scientists? Contact locations are revealing remote cave systems where the boundary between surface and underground worlds is thinnest. Areas where magnetic and gravitational anomalies create conditions facilitating communication between different realms of existence. Places considered sacred by indigenous peoples for reasons that might be more practical than mystical. Modern exploration of these areas is often restricted, sometimes for environmental reasons, sometimes for cultural sensitivity, and sometimes for reasons that aren't clearly explained. The restrictions themselves raise questions. If these areas contain nothing more than ordinary geological features, why the need for such tight control over access? The implications of underground civilizations extend far beyond academic curiosity. If such communities exist, they represent proof that human beings are capable of creating sustainable advanced societies that can persist for millennia. They offer hope that problems facing surface civilization are not insurmountable limitations of human nature, but challenges that can be solved with appropriate knowledge and social organization. Technologies they might possess could revolutionize surface civilization, clean energy systems working in harmony with natural processes, construction techniques creating durable structures without environmental damage, social systems promoting cooperation and long-term thinking rather than competition and short-term gain. Perhaps most importantly, their existence would prove there are alternatives to the path surface civilization has been following, that sustainable development isn't just a hopeful ideal, but an achievable reality, that human communities can thrive without destroying their environment or engaging in destructive conflicts with each other. The search for evidence of underground civilizations is ultimately a search for evidence of human potential. Every anomaly we discover in the depths beneath us reminds us that our understanding of what's possible is still evolving. Every unexplained phenomenon we encounter suggests that reality might be far more complex and wonderful than our current theories acknowledge. The ground beneath your feet right now might be far more alive with hidden activity than you've ever imagined. In the spaces between what we know and what we're discovering, entire worlds of possibility continue to exist. Patient as stone, mysterious as the darkness that has concealed them for so long, these hidden realms wait to transform our understanding of what it means to be human on this extraordinary planet we call home. Whether underground civilizations exist or remain the stuff of speculation, the possibility alone challenges us to expand our vision of human potential and our relationship with Earth. It reminds us that the greatest mysteries might not lie among distant stars, but right beneath our feet, in the hidden depths of our own world, where ancient secrets and future possibilities wait to be discovered by those bold enough to look beyond the surface of what we think we know. Beneath the seemingly unchanging solid Earth lies a labyrinth of passages and chambers, possibly home to entire civilizations. Our familiar planet might only be the outer layer of a vast, complex, and mysterious reality still largely unexplored. As our technology advances and exploration capabilities improve, we move closer to definitive answers about what lies hidden in the depths. Deep drilling projects push further into unexplored regions. Monitoring systems become more sensitive to subtle anomalies. Cave exploration teams map deeper into uncharted territories. Each advance brings us closer to the moment when we might finally encounter direct evidence of what we've been seeking, chambers that are clearly artificial, technology that's obviously beyond current surface capabilities, contact with beings who have been living in the depths all along, waiting for us to develop the wisdom and maturity necessary for meaningful communication. The journey expands our concept of possibility, challenges our assumptions, and reveals Earth's hidden secrets. It reminds us that our planet still holds mysteries that could transform our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. This potential encourages us to rethink our connection with Earth as partners rather than mere exploiters. Instead of viewing the surface as the only realm that matters, we might recognize we're part of a planetary system extending far deeper than we've ever explored. Beneath our feet lie realms of life, innovation, and solutions to surface challenges. Communities that have solved problems we're still struggling with. Technologies that could heal the damage we've done to our environment. Social systems that could teach us harmony rather than conflict. Whether real or imagined, these ideas inspire hope and broaden human potential. They suggest the future might hold solutions to problems seeming insurmountable today. They offer hope that somewhere, whether in hidden depths or future developments, human wisdom and ingenuity can create something better than what we have now. The journey into the depths of our planet is ultimately a journey into the depths of human possibility. In the darkness below, in spaces we haven't yet explored, in mysteries we haven't yet solved, entire worlds of wonder might be waiting. In our search for those worlds, we might discover that the greatest treasures aren't hidden in distant depths, but in our own capacity to imagine, explore, and create realities more beautiful and sustainable than anything we've yet achieved. The earth beneath us keeps its secrets still, patient as stone, mysterious as the darkness concealing them. But in that darkness, possibilities continue to exist that could transform everything we think we know about our world and our place within it. Ancient maps and forgotten texts hint at lost knowledge and unexplained contact with hidden realms. Documents contain knowledge that shouldn't exist, geographical information predating our supposed discovery of certain lands by thousands of years. These aren't random curiosities gathering dust in forgotten libraries, but potential evidence of contact between surface civilizations and sources of knowledge conventional history can't explain. The 1513 Piri Reis map astonishingly charts an ice-free Antarctica centuries before its official discovery. This remarkable document shows Antarctica's coastline with startling accuracy, depicting the continent as it would appear without ice covering. The problem is obvious. Antarctica wasn't officially discovered until 1820, and we didn't develop technology to map what lies beneath ice until the 20th century. Yet somehow, 500 years ago, a Turkish cartographer had access to geographical information that should have been impossible to obtain. The explanation usually offered is that Piri Reis based his map on earlier sources, possibly ancient charts that have since been lost. But this explanation only deepens the mystery. Where did those earlier sources get their information? Who mapped Antarctica when it was ice-free? How did that knowledge survive through thousands of years to reach a 16th century Ottoman admiral? The accuracy isn't limited to Antarctica. The map shows details of South American coastlines that weren't explored by Europeans until decades after it was created. It depicts islands and geographical features with precision, suggesting the original map makers had access to aerial or satellite-level perspectives. The mathematical projections used in the map demonstrate understanding of spherical geometry that wasn't supposed to exist in 1513. Similar anomalies appear in other ancient maps and texts. The Orontius Phaneus map of 1531 shows Antarctica as two separate land masses connected by waterways, matching what we now know lies beneath the ice. The Mercator map of 1569 depicts Arctic geography with details that wouldn't be confirmed until modern polar exploration. These aren't isolated examples, but part of a pattern suggesting ancient mapmakers had access to information that conventional history says should have been unavailable. The source of this information becomes even more mysterious considering the technical challenges involved. Mapping coastlines accurately requires extensive maritime exploration, sophisticated surveying techniques, and the ability to coordinate information from multiple sources. Mapping what lies beneath ice sheets requires technology we've only developed in recent decades, yet the information clearly existed in some form, passed down through unknown channels until it reached the mapmakers whose work we can still examine today. Underground civilizations could provide an explanation for these geographical mysteries. Communities that had been living beneath the Earth's surface for thousands of years would have had both the time and motivation to develop extensive knowledge of global geography. They would have needed to understand planetary structure and surface features to establish their own networks and maintain contact between distant underground settlements. Their mapping wouldn't be limited to surface features. Underground civilizations would have developed detailed knowledge of subterranean geography as well. Cave systems, underground rivers, thermal vents, and geological structures that surface civilizations have never explored. This three-dimensional understanding of planetary geography could have given them perspectives on surface features that wouldn't be available to surface-dwelling cartographers. From their vantage points deep within the Earth, they might have developed comprehensive models of how surface and subsurface features interconnect, knowledge that would be impossible for surface-based observers to obtain through direct exploration alone. The precision and scope of ancient geographical knowledge suggests contact between surface civilizations and sources of information that operated on scales and timeframes far beyond what surface peoples could achieve independently. Whether these sources were ancient surface civilizations with capabilities we've underestimated, or underground communities that maintained records and observations over geological timescales, they represent a profound mystery that challenges our understanding of human history and capability. The greatest adventure might not require traveling to distant stars, but simply looking down deeper into the hidden heart of our own planet, where the future of human civilization might already be unfolding in ways we've never dared to dream. In the spaces between what we know and what we're discovering, entire worlds of possibility continue to exist, patient as stone, mysterious as the darkness that has concealed them for so long. What if the most shocking discovery in human history is hiding right beneath our feet? For centuries, scholars have stumbled upon ancient texts containing impossible knowledge, astronomical data that shouldn't exist, mathematical formulas discovered thousands of years too early, and engineering secrets that make modern scientists scratch their heads in confusion. But what if these weren't discoveries at all? What if they were gifts from civilizations that have been watching us from below for millennia? Imagine emissaries from beneath the Earth's surface sharing select pieces of information with scholars, traders, and explorers on the surface. This knowledge didn't always reach them directly, but often passed hand to hand, sometimes through intermediaries who themselves may have been unaware of the true origin or importance of what they carried. This kind of knowledge transfer isn't just limited to maps. Astronomy, mathematics, and engineering also show signs of mysterious early insights. Ancient manuscripts reveal astronomical details that seem far too advanced for the times they come from, long before formal observational techniques were believed to exist. Advanced mathematical theories appeared in texts centuries before their supposed discovery dates. Engineering feats attributed to ancient cultures often exceed what we think they could accomplish. Look no further than the Antikythera mechanism, an astonishing Greek artifact recovered from a shipwreck that acted like an analog computer predicting celestial movements with remarkable precision. The craftsmanship and sophisticated design of this device hint at hidden reservoirs of knowledge and manufacturing skills that surpass our current understanding of ancient Greek technology. And this isn't an isolated example. Similar technological puzzles appear in civilizations around the world. Some show precision stone cutting that implies tools lost to history, metallurgical secrets producing alloys we still struggle to replicate, monumental construction techniques moving giant stones without leaving traces of the methods used. Could underground civilizations be the missing link explaining these technological wonders? Perhaps communities developing science and engineering beneath the Earth, shielded from historical upheavals that repeatedly set back the surface world. Knowledge preserved and expanded over millennia, occasionally shared with surface societies during rare contact events, moments that left hints in our historical records, yet often misunderstood. Curiously, knowledge exchanges often took place in places regarded as sacred, the cavernous underground chambers or cave systems where ancient people sought wisdom from enigmatic sources. What we now interpret as myth might have been attempts to describe these encounters with subterranean beings. Consider the Oracle of Delphi in ancient Greece, a renowned font of prophecy. The chamber it occupied was built atop geological features producing strange vapors and sounds. Modern science points to intersecting fault lines creating unique acoustic and chemical environments. But what if these conditions were more than natural phenomena? What if the oracle's wisdom stemmed not from divine inspiration, but from information presented by inhabitants living beneath the earth, who had observed surface cultures through the ages. This pattern echoes globally, where many ancient places of worship or ceremony were built over caves, springs, or unusual geological spots, sites said to be gateways to knowledge from the Earth's depths. These locations often display sophisticated acoustic designs that might have helped communicate with underground spaces. They reveal an advanced grasp of geology far beyond what we usually credit ancient civilizations. The wisdom preserved at these sites encompasses astronomy, mathematics, engineering, and natural sciences, fields seemingly out of reach for the surface cultures credited with their creation. Yet if these insights originated from underground communities studying these disciplines for thousands of years, their sophistication suddenly makes sense. The influence of such knowledge is crystallized in myths and legends from around the globe. Tales describe gods or spirits emerging from beneath the earth to bestow wisdom to surface dwellers, beings wielding advanced knowledge and technology, yet largely hidden from common sight. These stories appear in nearly every society familiar with extensive cave networks or subterranean domains. Notably, these legends consistently contain details about underground geography, technologies, and social systems that go beyond mere fantasy. They seem more like distorted records of real events rather than invented fables. Linguistic clues add weight to this idea. Many ancient tongues include words for devices or phenomena that their surface technologies couldn't possibly match. Terms describing artificial light, mechanical apparatus, flying vessels, and communication tools crop up in ways that don't align with what historians assign to these periods. These language quirks may be attempts to explain enigmatic underground technology, with the closest words available in their vocabularies to those surface dwellers witnessing things far beyond their understanding. Such complex knowledge remained intact across generations through oral traditions and carefully crafted manuscripts, suggesting immense value and strict preservation measures were in place. The impetus for underground civilizations to share select knowledge with surface people was strong warnings about dangers threatening both realms, technologies improving surface life, without revealing subterranean powers, and guidance aligning surface progress with underground interests. The deliberate filtering of knowledge reveals a careful assessment of what surface populations could responsibly handle. Most shared information focused on astronomy, mathematics, and engineering, not military or industrial secrets that could cause harm. Knowledge distribution was calibrated to foster benefits while protecting underground security and environmental balance. This gradual knowledge sharing explains the slow yet steady scientific and technological growth of surface civilizations, evolving through accumulated insight rather than sudden leaps. The information came at a pace surface societies could digest and apply without upheaval. Perhaps the strongest hint of underground knowledge transfer lies in history's gaps, moments when surface cultures surged forward in multiple aspects at once, apparently prompted by strange sources of wisdom, times when breakthroughs arrived without clear developmental histories, leaving historians puzzled about how ancient peoples achieved the impossible. These aren't random coincidences or lucky guesses. They're breadcrumbs leading to one of the most profound realizations in human history. We may never have been alone on this planet. While we've been building our civilizations on the surface, advanced societies beneath our feet have been watching, learning, and occasionally guiding our development from the shadows. The question isn't whether this knowledge transfer happened, but how much of our greatest achievements actually belong to us. Throughout history, moments of rapid advancement often aligned with heightened activity at sacred sites linked to vast underground networks and caves. During these times, surface inhabitants reported more frequent interactions with enigmatic beings, harboring advanced wisdom. Ancient manuscripts recount increased dialogues with subterranean entities, showing unmistakable signs of external influence on surface cultures. Archaeological findings from these eras reveal sudden emergence of new building methods lacking recognizable origins. Artistic expressions began incorporating symbols and patterns with no clear cultural precedents. Technologies appeared that seemingly demanded knowledge far beyond the independent capabilities of surface communities. Equally striking are the declines of some civilizations, mirroring the loss of contact with these underground sources. Periods marked by technological regression, abandonment of complex ventures, and gradual forgetfulness hint at the withdrawal of external support that once propelled these societies. His ebb and flow in the sharing of knowledge sheds light on some of the most baffling mysteries of ancient history. Why some cultures reached extraordinary heights only to falter, why certain inventions surfaced briefly in antiquity before vanishing, only to resurface in modern eras, and why profound knowledge existed, but failed to be chronicled by traditional historical means. These insights transcend mere curiosity. If underground civilizations have been exchanging wisdom with surface dwellers for millennia, such exchanges likely persist today. Modern scientific leaps appearing out of nowhere may signal ongoing connections. Groundbreaking inventors might unknowingly receive guidance from unseen sources. Notably, many centers of contemporary innovation correspond to locations historically associated with subterranean wisdom transfer. Research institutions often reside near ancient geological phenomena linked to mysterious happenings. Universities emerge in areas historically noted for interaction with underground intelligences. The pattern of selective knowledge sharing continues, focused on advances benefiting humanity's growth without unleashing destructive forces. Breakthroughs in renewable energy, healthcare, and sustainable technology contrast sharply with restrained progress in weaponry and harmful industries. This hints at ongoing evaluations by underground societies concerning humanity's readiness to wield potent knowledge wisely. Information is dispensed incrementally as surface civilizations prove capable of responsible stewardship. Ancient maps and writings that sparked this inquiry might be far more than relics. They could signify an enduring partnership between surface and subterranean civilizations, a deliberate, gradual exchange spanning thousands of years, still active today. Those ancient charts may capture more than mere terrain. They could chart underground labyrinths, energy grids, and technological hubs encircling the globe. Such knowledge could upend our understanding of Earth's structure and our place within it. The wisdom enshrined in old texts may represent fragments of vast data troves curated by underground communities. Knowledge accumulated through uninterrupted progress, encompassing science, technology, social systems, and philosophies forged in stability and harmony. As study advances, patterns become undeniable, evidence of continuous contact accumulates. The notion that we share this planet with others gains strength. The maps before us might be invitations not only to explore visible landscapes, but to delve into deeper dimensions of knowledge and possibility. Their remarkable precision hints at a broader reality, one where human civilization isn't confined to surface settlements, but extends into hidden realms filled with potential we've scarcely imagined. The greatest revelations may not demand bold new inventions or distant explorations, but a newfound recognition of knowledge quietly handed down for generations, embedded in records and traditions dismissed as myths or impossibilities. Now, consider what this means to you, right here, right where you are. Feel the earth beneath your feet, solid, unyielding. Yet, what if that solidity masks a vibrant world teeming with hidden activity? Energies pulse beneath us, intelligences stir that elude our grasp. Perhaps the most profound truth lies not just in what may dwell below, but in what this possibility reveals about ourselves. Civilizations thriving in sync with Earth's deepest systems have solved monumental challenges: sustainable power, social unity, enduring survival. These achievements illuminate human potential. They suggest our perceived limits are temporary hurdles, challenges awaiting our breakthrough. The evidence doesn't demand blind faith, but invites openness to new perspectives. Every seismic anomaly, unexplained gravity shift, or ordered sound from below challenges us to broaden our reality. Reflect on how this reshapes your connection with the ground you traverse. Every step may cover chambers where vibrant cultures flourish in forgotten ways. Every cavern entrance could link endless subterranean webs. Every mysterious rumble might be a pulse from lives beyond our vision. The quest for lost civilizations mirrors an inward journey toward unexplored human capacities. If mankind can adapt to extremes, integrate technology harmoniously, and nurture lasting cooperation, then the confines of today dissolve. We're reminded that our true nature isn't fixed. It's shaped by the challenges and discoveries we pursue. The next time you walk over solid ground, remember, you might be stepping over an entire world that's been watching, learning, and quietly guiding human development from the depths below. The question isn't whether these civilizations exist. It's whether we're ready to acknowledge the truth that's been hiding beneath our feet all along. At the edge of sleep, when silence settles and the hurried world fades, the profound mysteries that lie beneath our feet come alive in the imagination. The planet we call home has held secrets through countless ages, secrets resting quietly in the stone-cold depths, shrouded in the obscurity that only true darkness can provide. There, in the hidden chambers far below the surface, worlds rich in wonder may be waiting to be rediscovered, not in realms remote or fantastical, but within the very heart of Earth itself. The idea that such civilizations might exist, whether as reality or simply as visions woven in the threads of possibility, serves a purpose beyond mere fascination. They stretch the boundaries of what we believe humanity can accomplish. These legends invite us to reconsider the problems that surround us every day. Perhaps the difficulties weighing on our world aren't insurmountable obstacles, but opportunities demanding a change in perspective, a willingness to cultivate deeper wisdom, and a commitment to planning far beyond the present. As your thoughts drift gently toward rest tonight, allow the weight of these possibilities to settle softly in your mind. Let them rekindle the sense of awe that comes from realizing the world is far stranger and more beautiful than routine ever allows us to see. Beneath the surface routines of daily life, realms brimming with new potential remain, and only those with imagination, courage, and the patience to look beyond appearances will ever glimpse them. Perhaps the most extraordinary journey of discovery awaits not in missions to distant stars, but in the uncharted depths of our familiar world. If only we learn to see with new eyes and question what we have always taken for granted. In these unlit spaces, in the quiet halls beneath our feet, the next chapter of human achievement might already be taking shape, more harmonious, more enduring, and more wondrous than anything built before. So as sleep draws nearer, fellow explorer, remember the Earth still holds its secrets tight. Yet tonight in your dreams you might find those secrets whispering their truths, if you listen with a mind open to endless possibility. Sweet dreams, and may the mysteries of the deep bring inspiration and hope to your restless curiosity.